BuzzPOP hari ini bakal membedah Demon Slayer Season 2 episod 15. Para panelis kita malam ini terdiri daripada saya, Nadzru Iskandar daripada BuzzPOP TV, kaki anime kita Shazli American. What's up bro? How you doing man?
Hello.
Ayo.
Flamboyant day.
Flamboyant day. Yeah.
Flamboyant day.
Nice man. Serta kaki manga kita Ariff. What's up bro?
What's up guys?
Ayo.
How are you guys doing?
Okay lah. It's been a busy week.
Jap ni, before kita start ni, aku ada soalan penting untuk Ariff ni.
It's been a busy week.
Is there a mirror behind you, Ariff? Dia lagging sikit. Is there a mirror?
I think it's a hallway. I don't think it's a mirror. Oh no, it could be a mirror. Yeah, it could be a mirror. Yeah.
Tak, tapi Ariff macam lagging sikit lah.
Itu lah. Ariff, are you back from the living, bro? Sekejap. Okay, nampaknya Ariff agak breaking ya. Oh, it's a mirror. Alright.
Okay lah. So, because dulu pun aku tengok juga macam like ada benda-benda gerak kat belakang tu, like is there someone behind me ke?
Lately
nampaknya tonight show akan
dia punya
choppy ya.
Oh ni
tapi baru-baru ni kan kita punya internet a bit up and down tu. Aku pun tak tahu kenapa.
Aku surfing IG pun pictures tak load. Yeah, are you back?
It's not just me ni.
Yeah, I think it's everybody.
Okay, alhamdulillah. I thought macam I tak bayar bil. Pada bayar.
You tak bayar bil. You tak bayar bil terus tak ada line bro.
Kita usahakan slow malam ni. So aku rasa Jamal is on the way. Dia masih terlekat di entertainment district. So dia akan join kita midway.
Faham?
Midway through the convo tonight. So sebelum kita mulakan, kita ada satu soalan menarik ya. Amirul Ilham bertanya, dekat mana boleh tengok Demon Slayer secara halal ya? Ada dua tempat yang kau boleh tengok Demon Slayer di Malaysia. Nombor satu adalah di Netflix. Setiap hari Isnin dia update episod baru. Juga di Iki. So dua apps untuk korang tengok Demon Slayer secara halal setiap minggu. Season ni ada 18 episod. So far we are at episode 15. 3 more weeks to go. Alright guys. So dengan itu berakhirlah kita tak masuk segmen lagi pun. Kita akan memulakan pembedahan malam ini dengan reaksi satu ayat. Alright. So reaksi satu ayat aku adalah fight scenes epic gila babi tu. Seriously man. Judul episod minggu ini adalah Gathering, yang menerokai beberapa plot points. Pertama, backstory Tengen UZUI dan keluarganya. Kedua, Tanjiro, Inosuke dan Zenitsu arriving just in time to help Tengen UZUI. Dan ketiga, next level shit oleh GYUTARO dan juga DAKI in battle. Adakah ini final form mereka? Sama-sama kita bincangkan. Jadi, apakah reaksi satu ayat anda kepada episod Demon Slayer minggu ini? Kita mulakan dengan Ariff. Silakan Ariff. Ariff dekat.
Ariff dia kena time bomb. Oh,
okay,
tentu hilang. Dia terus ninjutsu bro, hilang.
Dia terus ninjutsu. Kita mulakan dengan Syaz. Silakan Syaz.
Finally a ninja fighting like a real ninja. Surprise! Like, what? Dari mana? That was a very interesting moment. Susah pula tu dia nak sampai to that point.
Yes, and aku suka cara Tengen UZUI fighting in this episode. It's like aku ingat yang masa Tanjiro lawan dengan Daki tu dah cukup awesome dah. Dia lawan OBU, tapi yang ni lagi macam GYUTARO versus UZUI. It's like fucking crazy shit man. I had to like pause the screen multiple times just to see this. Every time the strike happens ada ching ching gitu babi tu. So Ariff, apakah reaksi satu ayat anda untuk episod minggu lepas? Silakan.
Okay, jujur cakap, you guys boleh dengar kan? Okay, jujur cakap agak bosan sikit lah. Terasa lah dia punya draggy tu. Dia, sebab kita tahu kan, for this season, this part of the season, dia akan just cover satu je arc. rasa kat lah dia punya draggy nak cukupkan kuota episod. Macam in this episode kan, the most yang kita tengok is orang berdiri facing each other. Oh, aku nak lawan. Okay, aku nak lawan. Okay, nak lawan. Cepatlah lawan. Like I want to see the animation and everything. So macam last lawan sekejap-sekejap, lepas tu habis ke cinta je.
So you're telling me there's more to be expected in the next 3 weeks?
Hopefully lah. Hopefully dia punya lawan tu, hopefully it gets more exciting lah.
Tapi itulah, wouldn't it
Not
break,
more, tapi adalah.
wouldn't it break
Wouldn't apa?
the storytelling punya pacing kalau they add their own combat scenes macam Dragon Ball?
Sorry guys, my internet.
Tak apa, Ariff, kita akan main ping-pong. We will wait for you to listen to
I
us.
think it's not a matter of pacing. I think Syaz punya comment, I think it's not a matter of macam orang kata sort of content. It's just that don't drag out the scene too much. The conversation tu, I think in the panels pun, I think because kalau baca manga pun it's not really that slow kan. So bila dia tak tahu lah dia nak set up dia punya mood ke apa ke, but terasa lah dia punya slow tu for me, especially for this episode, just to drag out the time. That's what I felt lah. That,
So dari
and
segi
itu is my gripe. That's actually like after like this point punya episode, that's my gripe with the season lah. Dia terasa nak fill up that episode quota with this arc. Sebab rasa macam you could have been a lot quicker in terms of plot. So that's what I felt lah.
But was it a adaptation issue? Contohnya the next arc is so long that it could be double. That means it could be a whole 26 episode season.
Mungkin juga. Yeah. So dia just nak good pacing. Possible. I can see it happening lah. But itulah, that's the problem with the manga yang ada very long arc. Especially seasonal anime yang ada long arcs. Dia alih-alih satu arc tu untuk that one season dah jadi bosan. Not macam My Hero Academia, dia multiple arcs and dia fit dalam this one season. Ada this one arc macam previous My Villain Academia, and previous that dia punya yang training tu apa semua. So it makes a dynamic season lah. So like for me, technically for Kimetsu no Yaiba dia dua arc. Tapi sebab the first arc, I think another reason juga sebab the first arc tu kau dah tengok dalam movie, so tak rasa dia punya dynamic dia lah. That's what I feel lah.
Definitely. I felt like Mugen Train tu shouldn't have been a retread. I mean the first 8 episodes macam what the fuck? Kenapa nak tengok Mugen Train balik? Untuk semata-mata beberapa scene extra kan. So yes, I agree. Season 2 ni agak kengkang. But aku rasa dengan itu kita akan membincangkan 3 babak menarik daripada episod minggu lepas. Alright, jadi segmen pertama kita adalah tentang Tengen UZUI Secret Origins ya, di mana kita mempelajari tentang asal-usul Tengen UZUI dengan lebih lanjut. Jadi untuk kita ada satu quote menarik. Ariff akan membacakan quote tersebut in his best Tengen UZUI voice. Silakan. Boleh? Silakan.
Yeah, terrible. This is
Nampaknya Ariff masih terlekat, tapi kita menantikan dia lag dan mendengar usulan kita. Can you hear us, bro?
Kita kena pakai old school punya communication code. Okay, Ariff. Dan kita kena stop kejap nanti dia respond. Kalau tidak nanti kita like kita start talking when he start talking.
Ya, betul. Aku rasa aku akan bacakan quote untuk segmen ni lah. Basically, Uzui mengatakan, I come from a family of ninjas. We were 9 siblings. 7 of them were dead by the time I was 15. In his panic with the decline of the family, my father was obsessed with the rigorous training he gave us. The only ones who survived were me and my second youngest brother. And he was just a reflection of my father. He had the same thoughts and actions as my father. Subordinates are just pawns. I don't care if my wife dies, as long as they birth heirs for me. He didn't respect other people's will. He had no human quality. I don't want to be like him. Jadi, wow, in that one speech kau dapat tahu tentang asal-usul Uzui yang agak sedih agak macam wow, what the fuck man. So kita ada 3 soalan dalam segmen ini. Soalan pertama adalah untuk anime watcher Syaz. Apakah pendapat anda tentang Tengen Uzui and his secret origins yang menyedihkan? 9 brothers cut down to just 2 because of duty. Silakan Syaz.
Before we start, aku rasa Ariff dah back to real time kot.
Yes,
sebab dia
pakai
punya video quality dah improve.
pakai apa ni hotspot phone. Sebenarnya aku
Kau pakai broadband apa tu?
Wow, gigih.
itulah pakai Maxis. Normal home punya yang peliknya pakai Maxis punya apa ni yang home tu, tapi phone punya lagi better. Macam haram betul perangai.
Tak, I rasa sebab
data kau boleh tahan.
tak, sebab ramai orang dia orang streaming tau, using the fiber punya connection. So there will be some congestion kat situ. Whereas the
streamers.
people nak streaming, download. So kalau macam phone, although it's the same provider, tapi dia guna network yang berbeza. I faced it even with like handphone games, even some videos pun I pernah tengok, there was a marked difference lah. So anyway, back to the question ni. Before kita sambung question ni, aku tak ingat, did they ever mention that Tengen Uzui ni was the oldest brother in the family? Tak ada kan?
He just said we were 9. That's it.
We were 9 je kan?
We were 9 siblings.
First of all, aku rasa the way they recap the entire story in a single, one small shot, just like, wow, that is a very beautiful story telling punya form tau. I'm pretty sure kalau Jamal was around, he would be like mentioning, adalah ini merupakan teknik penulisan daripada sekian-sekian bla 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 bla, because dia memang writer punya, dia ada writer punya preference dengan, tak tahu ada training ke tak, but dia memang ada banyak menulis lah. But anyway, the revelation that 7 of them died by the time he was 15, means it explains a lot tau. First, it explains why dia punya feelings towards dia punya the wives and dia punya pengikut is different from dia punya father. And kedua, that it also shows why partly kenapa he become the Sound Hashira, because he is partly rebelling against dia punya father punya style. He takes everything he learned, how to fight, how to move quietly, but it's like, I reject things that I don't like about you, to the point where aku tak tahu lah, mungkin dia reject dia punya heritage, dia punya finances ke apa ke, because the way it sounds like, it's like family dia ni orang kaya tau. Dia anak sampai ada 9, dia adik-beradik dia ada 9 total, including himself. Which means kalau you consider the fact that the father doesn't care about dia punya wives dying, there's probably what, 4, 5, maybe 6 or more wives. Kan, dia like, wow, boom, and it's like, whatever man, you got me my kid, I'm done, kau mati-mati lah, whatever lah. There's like
lah,
more in line waiting for me.
Dia macam tugas kau hanyalah untuk buatkan anak untuk aku. Wow, very 18th century
Kan, I mean dah lah that around that time pun polygamy was accepted. Kan, because even for Tengen Uzui himself pun, dia pun tak kisah for polygamy. So you imagine someone who has so much more money and influence like the father, couldn't care less. In fact, you bayangkan dia punya statement bila adik-beradik aku semua dah mati, bapa aku lebih worried for the prestige of dia punya clan, kau tahu. It's not about like anak aku mati macam bapak Rengoku kan. Anak aku dah mati, anak aku mati, ni korang semua bangsat, semua tak guna semua ni kan. Bapak Rengoku react so much differently than Tengen Uzui punya father. Because one cares. You see, one he cares, tapi dia tak boleh nak terima kenyataan. So he fall into a spiral of despair and dia punya apa ni, he lost himself lah in the process. And then bapak Tengen Uzui ni pula, you're just a baby machine. Aku suka soalan tadi, sebab kategori the great
Yes.
Okay, sebab kita tak tahu dari segi bapak dia, yes, fully agree. Jamal, glad you can make it.
Sorry, aku dah bagi tahu, aku datang lambat tadi, aku dah message kat ni, aku datang lambat tadi.
Tahu, we know. But we were kind of worried that you might be longer than that, so itulah. But
tak, sebab aku tengah sembang dengan Grab driver aku. Kita sembang.
Bagi tahu dia tak? Bagi tahu tak link kita punya stream malam ni?
Saksikan kami bedah.
Tak, Grab driver yang aku balik tadi aku tak bagi tahu. Tapi kalau Grab driver yang pergi tadi aku mungkin bagi tahu, sebab aku dah cakap kat Syaz, Grab driver aku yang masa aku pergi tadi, dia pasang lagu arcade dalam kereta dia. So aku macam you know man.
Epic.
Tanya dia, bang, abang pernah jumpa demon tak? Pernah terasa nak slay demon tak? Tonton ni kami pada malam ni 9.30 Demon Slayer.
Saksikan 3 segmen menarik kami pada malam ini.
Tapi kena bunuh demon. Tak pernah bunuh demon, jangan tengok.
Kita betul Syaz, go on Syaz. Nanti aku nyampuk.
Okay. Anyway, soalan kategori the great tadi, Tengen Uzui punya father, literally all the wives is you're just here to make the next line of soldiers for me. Whereas Tengen Uzui ni pula, kita tak ada, dalam anime there is no basis for this lah. But my belief is that he grew to care for his underlings, and I'm not sure about the rest of the female punya underlings with him, but dia punya these 3 particular wives, most likely he married to give them a level of prestige, satu. Kedua, adik dia tu tak boleh menggunakan dia orang for his ends, because dia sekarang dah bini aku bro. Like kalau tidak dulu it's like common pool kan, anybody can be used for animation, tapi this one aku dah booking, aku dah cok. You can find any other, 3 ni aku cok. So I do not know what was the justification or why he saved these 3 in particular. Mungkin in the manga or in a separate episode or flashback nanti dia akan explain lah. Yang Mufah tu pula mention dia rindu kat saya tak tahulah apa dia punya apa appeal saya sampai boleh dirindu, tapi terima kasih for your vote of confidence. I try to be flamboyant today. Kebetulan pula pakai baju colour Rengoku kan. But yeah, it's a flamboyant day lah, sebab cara fighting Tengen Uzui nanti kita boleh discuss is macam like sebenarnya kau bukan main cakap je, you can actually fight. I'm very happy about that.
Badass, man.
Right.
By the way, untuk pembaca manga, is this the last time we will hear about Tengen's father and his brother?
Yes.
That's it?
Yeah.
Basically.
I mean dia akan petik lagi sekali tapi in passing je. Generally if you like Tengen Uzui, enjoy the next few episodes. Enjoy this arc.
So gambar yang dia dekat pusara in the beginning intro song tu just spoiler yang tak ke mana lah.
Dia just a backstory lah, a teaser of the backstory lah.
Ya, dia sama lah macam
dia bukan macam apa ni My Hero Academia ke macam this is teaser, nanti adik dia datang kembali sebagai seorang demon bla 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 apa semua. Tak. It's not as convoluted as that's not kind of shonen lah basically. Okay. It's a lot more simpler, which is good untuk kau enjoy and not think too much lah.
Yep. And then dia punya flashback tu sama lah macam dia bagi kau teaser kakak Daki. Tu je dekat dalam opening team tu je apa.
Aku maybe terlalu terikut MCU kot. Macam semua, including song ni ada makna, ini Mephisto ni, ini Mephisto.
Kalau kau tengok Naruto dan Boruto, aku bagi kau benda tu.
Okay.
DS Kimetsu no Yaiba tak biar.
Alright.
I think it's good jugalah. Sebab kalau tidak nanti semua jadi macam One Piece kan. Like, kau ingat tak that makcik from the very first 3 episodes yang baju putih tu tiba-tiba kan anak dia jadi macam
Jual
like
nasi lemak.
masih habis.
Bodoh lah. Jual nasi
Macam sial
lemak.
dia.
I mean I love the fact that he did it, but if everybody does it becomes stale lah.
Betul. Macam Mofa katakan, Demon Slayer cerita dia simple je berbanding anime lain.
Yes.
Alright. Soalan kedua untuk segmen ini adalah untuk Ariff, manga reader. Pada pengetahuan anda, mengapakah Tengen Uzui feels remorse that he will never achieve the same heights as Flame Hashira, Kyojuro Rengoku? Is this Uzui doubting himself, or is Rengoku the best swordsman that the Demon Slayer Corps has ever produced in this era?
Kejap, Ariff, sebelum kau jawab tu, aku nak kata kat Nick, the second part of your question tu, he is not the best swordsman lah.
Dia actually that question terjawab waktu I think GYUTARO bising dekat Rengoku. Oh, you're very talented. Of course, you've had it all, blah blah blah.
So,
And then
talking about
Rengoku relax jawab macam, bro, dunia Jepun ni besar. Ada orang yang baru berlatih, baru angkat pedang 2 bulan dan terus jadi Hashira.
Yeah.
And that is not even the best swordsman in the DS punya core. Itu dia jadi core.
Was that referring to Rengoku or the monk?
The Lancy,
GYUTARO is the monk.
Didn't want to talk to Tanjiro, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that piece of shit, man. Okay, silakan.
Weh, dia bukan piece of shit tu. Kau tak boleh kutuk dia macam tu tu. Dia tu...
Dia tak cakap hello tu. Orang cakap hello, kau jawab lah balik, babi.
Tak, sebab... tak, okay. Aku mini, pseudo spoiler. Lepas nanti 2 arcs from now, dia akan fully accept Tanjiro sebagai dia punya Sugoku. I accept you as my Sugoku. You have proven that you have reminded me of my own past. So I accept you as my Sugoku.
Sedangkan dia orang batch sama kot. Graduated 2 months ago. Sialah.
Itu graduation, bukan level. So
Okay.
dia ada...
Kembali ke Ariff. Sorry, silakan Ariff.
I think dia bukan remorse, dia more macam since dia punya history kan, dia very particular about saving lives kan, and he thinks Rengoku ni memang a true demon slayer lah, yang memang pentingkan selamatkan orang daripada killing demons and memang hargai life apa semua kan. In this case I think dia draw parallel juga dalam case Mugen Train dengan Entertainment District ni. Mugen Train tak ada seorang pun mati. None of the passengers died. And for his side, of course lah dia mati. Kita tengok it's a very huge carnage. And then dia rasa macam he fails in the aspect lah macam, and he looks up to Rengoku, but Rengoku punya personality is very very vibrant, very warm. Dia tak cuba jadi macam Rengoku, tapi dia macam kalau boleh dia nak have that sort of air, tapi he's still himself lah. And then when I think nak kata Rengoku is the best swordsman, dah terjawab tadi. Maybe he's the best demon slayer mungkin in terms of character. In terms of character, yes, but he is very inspirational lah. Even the scene where everyone dapat tahu yang dia mati pun, even yang muka paling selekeh, paling pailang pun macam oh no, he died. Macam dia pun rasa macam kehilangan. So nak kata, sebab that's the thing with Hashiras lah. Hashiras, I think in general you can say their ability are the same. Maybe 1 or 2 is an outlier, but they are basically basically roughly around the same lah. Kalau 2 Hashira gaduh between each other, it's not gonna be like macam kalau siapa tengok Bleach, it's not lah macam Byakuya maybe lawan dengan yang anjing
Ice
tu,
yang
anjing tu lah, sebab kira macam low tier, high tier tak ada. They're basically around the same. in terms of episode mungkin lawan dia akan jadi 10 episode punya fight. Kalau macam very weak tu macam 1-2 episode dah mati, something like that lah. So yeah. Tapi yang
Aku nak
scene
tambah sikit. Aku nak tambah dia sikit, but from a different perspective lah. Ariff mentioned that Rengoku is a better Demon Slayer overall. Kalau kita tengok in a lot of pop culture and even historical punya stories and all this, they tend, bila ada one group of characters kan, there will be things which they are very good at. Kalau kita tengok dalam Warhammer 40k, when they have the Primarchs, dia ada 18 brothers and 2 undeclared one lah. So even among the good punya side, there's like the best fighter, there was Liman Rush. Then you had at that point in time before they fallen, Horus. So another one that was strictly on fighting tapi he is not really like inspirational is Angron, tak silap aku. So basically you ada characters which fulfill a lot of specializations and then you have the best overall tau. So dalam case ni mungkin dari segi fighting he might be number 2. Dari segi flamboyant dia orang dah equal. Tapi kalau nak segi overall dari segi inspirational, I think everybody felt sad bila Rengoku mati. For the rest of the Demon Slayers mungkin macam dia mati itulah dia tak belajar cukup kan, dia tak cukup fighting lagi. But when Rengoku died, macam like everybody like Rengoku mati, like oh shit man, that is the last person they expect to die because nobody had a negative image about him.
Kira macam bila dia mati tu hilang the warmth lah in a way.
Dia nak buat juga dia punya pun tu.
Itulah aku tak nak acknowledge juga, tapi Jamal dah acknowledge kan, tak apalah.
Aku tak acknowledge.
Salah, it's not even a pun. It's a metaphor.
I saw that as like straight up.
Penggunaan metaphor tak kena tempat.
Dia kalau kau nak counter pun kan, kau kena pakai one spell, nama dia apa tahu? Reject tu. Kau biar je benda tu like whatever lah. Okay, so moving to the next point. Then the pun fail. The moment you acknowledge the pun, he has won.
Soalan kita yang ketiga adalah untuk Jamal. Okay, jadi soalan untuk Margarita.
Jangan ni
Ya.
Jamal, no offense, tapi part ni aku tak nak dengar, so aku akan mute sekejap Hai.
Asal ada spoiler
Tak, there are certain points which is for the manga punya ni yang aku tak nak dengar. Macam tadi tu aku okay, but your point tu aku sejak aku tak nak dengar for now. So aku mute dulu. Let me know when it's safe.
Yes, this is the new Shaz punya loophole supaya kita boleh bincangkan tentang spoilery shit from the manga without the anime watcher knowing anything about it. So soalan untuk Jamal, pada pengetahuan anda, adakah the poison tip sequels of Gyutaro will be the final undoing of Tengen Uzui Sound Hashira? Silakan.
The answer is yes, tapi not as how it was intended. So Gyutaro ingat macam mati engkau, tapi macam Uzui is a Hashira for a reason. And dia ada, because he was a shinobi, so dia ada banyak self control. So because of that, he was able to overcome a considerable, a substantial part of the poison's punya effects So enough for him to be fully functional. Well, I wouldn't say fully functional, but to be functional and lawan sampai conclude, sampai menang, sampai habis, sampai sampai ni. So it's that lah. Cuma if in hindsight ni meaning aku dah habis baca manga, aku dah tahu perjalanan macam mana, aku dah tahu lepas ni itu tak 2 arcs time Uzui buat apa. Like if he did not end this arc the way he did, then I feel that he would have played more role in the final arc. That being said, aku rasa that's how the mangaka wrote it. So every Hashira akan dapat moment kau. And lepas kau dapat moment kau, because this story is macam ni je cerita dia, you're not gonna come back to play an even bigger part. Because as a Hashira kau dah settle dah. Kau punya arc kau dah dapat, moment kau dah dapat. If you come back, it's just supplementary. So
you serve your plot lah.
You serve your plot. So basically you will see every Hashira showing off. And one thing that I particularly like about the series, after revisiting the manga again, is that not just that each Hashira dapat dia orang punya moment. Macam ni lah. Cerita ni, people will die. That's it. Ariff warned me about this early on. And I went into it knowing that, having that at the back of my mind, and I particularly like the fact that everybody died. There are people who died, and they did not die in vain, and some of them died heroically. Some of them died with meaning, even the demons, and I think that is the best part. The demons, when they die, they don't just die macam ha 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 aku mati demon, ha ha aku jahat. The demons will die in their own way. They will always die with dignity, and I feel that is very nice lah. There is a lot of humanity in this series, even though they did not really go too deep into the humanity, but everybody got a dignified conclusion to their plot. Apa dia? Everybody? Tak. Aku tersasul dan aku dah betulkan. Not everybody will die.
Tak. Dia
those who die lah.
Everyone dies. Eventually.
Everybody dies inside. Everybody dies inside. But everybody will have a nice conclusion. Everybody will get their moment lah. So cerita ni puas lah. So some unfortunately will end in death. The good guys and the bad guys. Some deaths are very dignified. Even the good guys and the bad guys. And some deaths are just babi kau mati sekarang boleh tak?
This is not fairy tale lah.
This is not fairy. Dia macam contohnya Muzan macam Muzan punya case kau mati sekarang boleh tak? Dia macam tu. Serius.
Okay.
Dia macam
Cara kau jawab ni macam dia tak mati dalam arc ni lah. Maybe like 2 arc.
Oh tak. Siapa? UZUI takkan mati. In fact, kepada fans UZUI, you akan nampak dia memainkan satu peranan, satu supporting role yang penting later on in the final arc.
Nice.
Walaupun tak ada action sangat, tapi the fact that he gets to be given a very important role, even though the role is just supporting, says a lot.
Nice. I look forward to that. Alright, Syaz, dah boleh datang balik. Syaz.
Welcome back, Syaz.
Welcome back. Kesian Syaz. Alright, bro.
Spoiler. Nadzru tak bayar hutang.
Itu memang sial tu. Kita tunggu Syaz balik lepas tu.
Lepas tu dia rusuk balik ke mak.
Ariff, kau ada shout out ya Ariff daripada member kau, silakan.
Okay. Hi, don't know who you are, but thank you for the support. Still don't know who you are, but thank you for the support.
Macam sial.
Maybe put a face. I don't know, man. The only fan.
Alright. Seterusnya, the only fan wow. Only fan. Okay. Seterusnya Kamarul memberi spoiler. Can't wait for insect Hashira moment. She's so cute. Yeah, man, the butterfly Hashira. Yeah.
Ini bukan spoiler lah. We know all the Hashiras will be put on display one day, so it's not a spoiler lah. Don't worry.
Macam dia tak mute je tadi.
The insect Hashira moment.
Semua Hashira dah ditunjuk in their punya line up. Of course, everyone will have their time lah.
Okay.
Aku nak cakap macam ni lah. The insect Hashira, that's a fucking great fight scene lah. Just she is cute, but dia lawan.
No doubt.
Aku tengok macam
dia lawan gempak. Serius lah. Dia lawan gempak. Like dia one thing I like about this is that okay, macam kau tengok Naruto, katakanlah okay, I'm going to always use Naruto and Bleach as a reference because it is a comparative je. You know when you read the damn manga or you watch the anime, you know, oh, is this an important supporting character? Is this an important character? You're not going to die. Outside of Jiraiya, you're not going to die. You know? So you have that feeling.
Plot armor.
Yeah, plot armor ataupun sometimes I wouldn't even call it plot armor. I will just say, okay, you know what? Kau takkan mati. That's it. You know, you have a feeling that you're not really at the brink of death. You're not that desperate. You kind of have that feeling as to how the fight pans out. You know, some shit might happen, but you don't feel that kind of desperation. Or this one, dia macam bagi kau, okay, dia lawan, lepas tu dia rasa macam dia tak boleh menang, atau dia rasa macam dia ada opening, so dia buat dia punya final move, lepas tu kau ingat, dia menang. Lepas tu macam, shit, orang jahat tak mati. And then macam orang jahat bagi counter move, lepas tu kau macam, shit, counter move ni dia mati ke? Tak mati kot. Dia ni Hashirah, oh fuck, dia mati. Shit, dia mati betul. Dia tak datang balik daripada, this is how the series is.
Nice.
So, and then some important supporting characters to the Hashira yang macam, oh dia ni set up ni, and then tolong lah jangan mati, kau tak boleh mati. Abang kau mati tak apa, kau tak boleh mati, sekali dia mati. Aku macam, faham kan? It gets to you surprisingly, even though the backstory dia begitu sekali je, and they did not spend the entire series making you like that character. But when they did flesh out the characters, they do it in a very effective way that you associate yourself. So ni aku bagi spoiler lah, one of the Hashira akan ada tragic ending sebab adik dia mati. Dan bila adik dia mati tu macam fuck, heroic sia. Kau memang heroic gila babi sia. And for me macam the very thing that you wanted your brother to say, yang kau tak perlu pun sebab abang kau memang dah cakap benda tu, cuma dia tak nak cakap ke depan je. So the entire damn series is the younger brother nak abang dia cakap benda tu tau. Sebab the younger brother always had this doubt sama ada abang dia macam tu. So lepas Demon mati, and then abang dia pergi cari dia, and then macam masa abang dia tengah cari dia tu, abang dia cakap benda yang adik dia nak dengar, tapi masa tu dah tak guna dah sebab adik dia dah mati macam 10 minit lah sebelum tu. So that moment is just macam fuck
Sedih gila tu.
This series is supposed to be a simple one, but fuck macam mana kau boleh buat aku macam sial kan. So if I read the manga and I feel that way, God, I do not know how they're going to adapt it, because so far UFO Table has been doing a great job.
I think
macam Dali agak siapa, dah tak ada orang, dah seorang karakter tu je macam
Tak apa. Don't worry. Aku yang anime watcher ni akan lupa. 3 tahun, 5 tahun sekarang kita macam, oh my god, plot point ni best. Tapi kita takkan ingat full conversation ni.
Nama karakter pun aku boleh lupa. Cakap plot point macam ni, jangan risau lah. Tapi kan, what Jamal mention was important thing tau. Because when kita first time tengok Demon Slayer, kan, completely blank macam lah, wow best itu ni. Okay lah, family dia mati. Well, that's the whole basis of the story lah. Then ada story development, oh Demon ni mati, Rengoku mati. Hey, what the hell? Then dah kita tak boleh nak expect tau, is Tengen going to die? Sebab dah nampak lah poison dekat kepala dia tu kan, like alamak. So macam like, yes, aku akan ingat muscle tikus. Side promotion Jepun ada jual tau, pemegang handphone holder featuring the 2 tikus, tapi I dengar harga dia looks much better than that lah.
Way better
so,
than this, yeah.
Ada 2 tikus holding up your phone, tapi I tak ingat berapa harga dia. Was it 150 ke or was it RM200? Nanti Kudo will fact check us.
Yeah.
But yeah, when the moment Rengoku pass away, totally dah tak boleh nak predict what kind of story this is. Sebab macam Dragon Ball, okay, somehow dia akan datang balik dengan Dragon Ball, or is there's actually part of their next training we're training in hell, so we're gonna be stronger. Ini macam like mati macam like no problem, kita boleh rescue dia. Dia ada breathing technique, dia baru raja. Aku dah tak boleh. Like and he just die. Because when the hand yang putus tu burn up under the sunlight, and just like, oh, he's really going to die. And like,
yeah man,
oh shit. Tapi itulah, mad respect lah.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that there was no other casualties on the train.
Oh tak,
I kind of just assume
everybody was
Tak
dreaming.
ada.
Yelah,
Even during the
crash and
summary
everything
dia kata
tak ada orang mati tau.
tak ada. The
was
summary
like,
at the end macam to commemorate Rengoku punya scenario, dia kata no one dies, only one casualty. So injured yes, but only one casualty, which is usual same lah.
Epic tu. Epic.
Gila.
Alright guys, so dengan itu berakhirlah segmen ini dan kita bakal membincangkan plot menarik kita yang kedua. Alright, jadi plot menarik kita yang kedua adalah tentang reinforcements. Tsugukos. Am I saying it?
Tsugukos.
kan?
Tsugukos. Okay. Di mana The Three Stooges sampai just in time untuk menolong UZUI. So kita ada satu quote menarik daripada Tengen UZUI dan kali ini Ariff nak membacakan quote ini. Silakan Ariff.
Okay. Shut up and don't look down on humans. They all three are my excellent Tsugukos. They have the guts to not run away.
Aku suka tu. Kau macam American punya dub.
Agak American punya ni ya.
Dia pronunciation. I speak in dubs.
Good job. Alright, so kita ada 3 soalan.
Extra semangat.
Kita ada 3 soalan untuk segmen ini. Pertama untuk anime watcher Syaz. Apakah pendapat anda tentang strategi divide and conquer, iaitu Tanjiro dan UZUI versus GYUTARO dan Inosuke serta Zenitsu versus Daki, while Uzu's wives assist with the retreat of the entertainment district denizens? That wasn't really planned, was it? It was just off the cuff. It was just like, kita buat apa pendapat kau?
I think first we look at the wives punya support role lah. That one is very good because they know they're already critically injured. You know, dah lama kena bound by all the OB and whatnot. So that was a very good thing for them to do lah. And because they orang ni, like it or not, the district knows them in some capacity. So the rest of the girls yang tengah, bukan ni akak tu cepat lah, you know, like she is hitting the fan and like you know me, then help me get the rest out lah. So they have become a familiar face. I don't think they were there for like just a few weeks. Must have been there infiltrating for at least a few months for them to earn the trust of the district and you know, to try and find Daki and dia punya ni lah, the rest of the infiltration lah. From the hero punya side, I think it was a good move to to split up Daki dengan abang dia. Whereas on the Daki punya side, I think that was a bad move for them to split up. Because dia punya fighting style and the brother punya fighting style is very complementary. And when you have 4 people fighting on the same side with completely, you know, contrasting styles and non-complementary punya martial arts semua ni kan, you actually get in each other's way. When you compare that Daki punya fighting style can attack in a more enveloping punya style, whereas the brother can fight at close range.
Yeah,
I think it's a mistake on the villains punya side, and it was a good idea that the heroes split them up lah. Especially
even then, he was assisting GYUTARO from the sky, just like, you know, OPs coming down, raining down on them.
That one, mula-mula aku confused sikit when it first started, but then I realised that you notice that dia punya one of the eyes dia tutup,
So they transfer.
and the third eye came out and Daki. So this opens up 2 things. First is that they can share dia orang punya abilities, which again makes it more of a macam like, that makes it even worse or a bigger mistake for you to split up. Because if you can fight as one, literally, then why should you split up? Kan? Because then you will become a stronger force multiplier, because now you are fighting 2 bodies as one. So the second point of that transformation bila ada keluar mata ketiga tu is that I have a feeling they will actually end up combining into a single actual body. Dia punya final form lah, because they have already shown they can already share the eye.
Yeah, man.
So why not be able to share this one? So that's why they can only die when either both kena penggal or when they combine into a single head, then you penggal the whole head off. But it could be that the combination looks so ugly, so the abang tak nak adik dia nampak buruk. They don't want the sister to have to go through that because it hurts her feelings. Because she grew up as a young girl most likely before they gonna become demons and whatnot. So adik aku lawa, kenapa aku nak bagi dia nampak buruk kan,
Yeah.
He's very protective of the sister in their own twisted way lah. But that bond they had as brother and sister has been there for so long. So that's why mungkin that final form, if there is such a thing, might be either make them look very buruk, or it might be a final combination lah. That bila dia dah combine, it will take them either a very long time or they can never split again. So it's something that will only use kalau dah nak mati, as a last resort kind of thing. Because kalau tidak, why would they share the same eye? They both have the number 6. At first I thought there was a fake one under DAKI ni, tapi at the same time both of them ada kan. Maybe someone yang can recall.
Yeah, they both have number 6. Yeah.
So it's most likely that they can actually become a singular body because of that.
Wow. Soalan bonus untuk Syaz. Do you think DAKI will be a problem to Gyutaro? Pasal dia dah bagi satu mata. Lepas tu sekarang dia tengah nak lawan, and then he has to focus on that one while he's trying to fight down here. Apa pendapat kau?
I think DAKI has always been a problem sebab yelah abang dia pun kotor kan. Susah nak mati pula tu, memang susah tanggal.
Well played.
Okay, back to Syaz.
Tapi kalau kau tengok abang dia tak kisah pun masa mandi and everything, so I don't think DAKI is a problem to him. He is like beyond the problem of DAKI, faham tak? He's already, he was already born in DAKI. So kita we adopted it, but he grew in it. He was born in it.
To him, DAKI. I was born in it.
I will not spoil about DAKI dengan Gyutaro combining and whatever, not for Syaz. No comments.
Dah ada spoiler lah tu. Kau cakap tu pun aku dah boleh agak lah, celaka lah kau.
Actually, I don't.
Confirm dia combine lah. Alah.
I do not know. Aku tak tahu. Aku rasa Ariff akan boleh jawab Syaz kalau Ariff rasa nak jawab. What I wanted to say is that lepas yang Ariff cakap DAKI tu, yang kata yang kau kata will DAKI be a problem, I will tell you now that kalau tak ada DAKI, you will not get Gyutaro. So DAKI will never be a problem for Gyutaro, even in terms of the fighting, because DAKI is the biggest reason why Gyutaro fights.
Wow.
In a way that you guys might not be able to suspect or expect because korang tak baca manga. Gyutaro I can pretty much say Gyutaro does practically almost everything for DAKI or because of DAKI.
I think
that is how important DAKI is for Gyutaro. Yeah.
Wow.
It makes sense because you tengok how dia is very protective of DAKI, dia cakap kau jagalah muka kau, janganlah jadi, let them injure your face and everything. Dia siap bagi healing to the sister and everything. Dia siap mengamuk on behalf of DAKI tau. In his own, like
Ariff, aku nak tengok muka Nick dengan Syaz bila diorang review the ending for DAKI dengan Gyutaro je.
Oh,
I just want to see how they react to that shit, man.
Aku dah boleh bayangkan.
Because I feel that is probably the third. Their story is probably the third or the fourth best ending for a demon for me.
Wow.
Yeah, because kita dah tengok the trend. All of the demons have strong tragedies. The most powerful demons tend to have back stories which is like, wow, tragic gila, and it's because of that tragedy and the strong emotions that was part of why they became very strong.
Yeah. That is why they become demons. Yeah. That strength was translated into demonic power. Aku tak ingat how I analyse it last week, tapi I ada discuss why macam mana the emotions when it is out of control, it helps you become stronger in the demonic punya ways. That's why Nezuko was, when she snapped, dia punya power just like, woo!
just went off the charts to the point where even Daki like, ni apa
Oh.
ni sial? Like,
That is
dia
not
budak
even the
mana ni?
charts. Kalau that is not even the charts. Without giving spoilers, benda yang kau tengok Nezuko buat tu, that is nothing, bro.
Kan?
That is nothing. Yeah, that is nothing. Serious, that is nothing. Kalau
Itulah.
if when
Like,
you guys
to-
eventually arrive at Nezuko punya ending dengan growth,
I can't wait.
To
5 years from now.
emphasis on Syaz punya point yang memang cerita ni memang banyak tragedi lah. You can practically assume yang the writer ni suka Bee Gees lah. Tragedy.
What?
Tragedy.
Putus sial.
Oh,
Satu
Okay, I'm
dated,
done.
nombor 2 jauh. Okay, jauh. I think.
lah, sekarang aku dah terbayangkan dia tengah lukis kan, dia tengah macam, okay, next issue apa jadi? Lepas tu kat the background,
Kalau tak ada kerja tu.
So kalau macam tu kan, the artist for MHA is like, how do I bore the viewers for this week? Kita pijak pedal tu, umpama cara kita nak control power like,
Yeah, man. How do I
What?
cash in for more movies that have nothing to do with the fucking storyline?
gila, korang punya kemarahan terhadap MHA ni tebal.
tak ada.
Bro, movie
Ya,
terbaru dia banyak gila.
Betul,
Okay?
betul.
Movie terbaru dia tak ada makna. It was a waste of my fucking time in the cinema, man.
Selamat the viewing party tak menjadi lah kalau macam tu kan.
Betul, serius. Betul. Alright, so kita ada satu soalan. Aku rasa aku akan tanya soalan ni selepas kita tanya soalan terakhir untuk segmen ni lah. So, komen-komen penonton nanti dulu. Soalan kedua kita untuk segmen ni adalah for both manga readers, Ariff dan juga Jamal. Apakah pendapat anda tentang pendedahan bahawa Gyutaro sudah memakan 15 hashira manakala Daki memakan 7 in the past 100 years, 300 years?
Yep.
So, pada pengetahuan anda, adakah kesemua upper rank demons telah membunuh lebih banyak hashiras daripada kedua-dua upper rank 6 ini? Like, if that's the lowest of the upper rank, what the fuck, weh? Silakan, Jamal.
Hell the fuck, yeah, man. That's how the demons roll, yo.
What the fuck? Okay.
Yeah, that's how the demons roll. And when they tell you that kita dah belasah X number of whatever, yeah, diorang dah belasah, diorang dah lapah, diorang dah telan X whatever. And they are not gonna stop anytime soon. And that is, for them, the cool part of being a demon.
The emphasis bila last like season 1 punya ending yang Muzan bunuh the low rank moon. Dia kata macam, how is it that I've been reshuffling you guys while the upper rank demon has been consistent throughout the centuries. Macam korang balik-balik seorang mati. You cannot even kill one hashira. Kat situ dia mukadimah untuk upper rank demon punya strength. And then when we go to the movie Mugen Train, kita dapat tengok how a very high upper rank lawan dengan one hashira. And we dapat rasa macam sebab he was not even close to dying, right? He left pun because of the sun. And kita dapat tahu yang macam they're more than a match. I mean, to be completely honest lah, even that match pun, even if it's Rengoku full strength and then tengok yang I forgot his name, yang the third rank apa demon tu,
Azakusa, something like that.
Akaza.
Yeah.
Yeah, Akaza.
Akaza babi kuat siap. Dia cakap.
Yeah, dia macam basically he's gonna die regardless, right? It wasn't a surprise lah to see Rengoku die. It was sad, but it's not a surprise.
Correct.
And then
I will let Ariff finish first. Yeah.
So basically, kita dapat tengok kat situ an upper rank demon is no joke. And then when dia bagi tahu, okay, aku dah makan this much and my Daki pun dah makan this much, that shows that Daki, it emphasizes yang Daki ni is actually a solid upper rank
demon. Yeah, a solid, a very solid 6.
The most probable reason why kita tengok dalam this season dia nampak macam asal kau macam macam taklah kuat sangat is because plot lah basically, sebab Tanjiro ada tiba-tiba ada sun breathing and
Ariff.
everything. So in
Plus
general
she's not a fighter. I would even argue that she's not really a fighter macam abang dia. So that's another reason lah. Sebab dia tak ada tactical approach to how she fights. If you can immediately see this very clearly. Macam abang dia, there's a lot of tactical approaches to him fighting.
Poison lah apa semua. So kat sini and it's been 300 years juga. So it's not consistent. Not consistent pula. Dia tak adalah macam, it doesn't break continuity lah. Memang it makes sense lah. And Hashira pun, that's why Hashira is the one yang being sent to fight upper rank demons. Even though ramai of orang dah mati, but who else can you send? Takkan kau nak hand Tsugukos kan? So Hashira lah. Maybe the only mistake the core did is just sending one Hashira.
Yeah, like we saw in this episode that the divide and conquer style works. So why don't they send multiple Hashiras in the past 300 years when so many Hashiras have died?
Sebab dia orang tak tahu. They do not know. And then because when the Hashira who go,
they do not know who are the
upper ranks.
And what are their strengths? Because the Hashiras died. Like you send me, I go, I die. I cannot come back and tell you, okay, this Hashira that killed me. This Hashira that killed me, power dia macam ni, he or she was able to do macam ni. You don't know. So you memang mati bodoh. Memang you mati bodoh, and then because they are demons, they can menyorok. So they menyorok for the longest possible time lah.
Gila tu. I can't believe that Lord, what's his name of the Lord of the Demon Slayer call tu?
Muzan. No. Oro apa? Orochi, bukan. Oro Kokura.
Okay, so basically,
I ingat nama.
Before him there was a long line of lords that was in in charge of like the Demon Slayer core over 300 years, and none of them had thought like, okay, kita hantar ramai-ramai instead of hantar one by one to their death.
Because this is the thing, because they cannot find the demons. It's always they come they come to meet the demons because they never know what the demons were, and more often than not they get ambushed by the demons. Wow. So that's how they die. And then all these leader of the core, macam Ariff cakap tadi, the Ubuyashiki. So diorang semua mati muda because of hereditary punya sickness. So diorang memang mati muda. So everybody before they die, their wish, their longing is, we meet Muzan, we kill you. It is our family punya heritage. Kita kahwin, kita raise as many kids as we can. Our kids are raised to be like us. So if we die before we meet Muzan, our kids will carry this on until this particular arc. So they can never find a demon slayer, a demon, until the demon yang diorang jumpa tu semua demon yang dia boleh makan.
So kira Tanjiro ni macam motherfucker lah. Dalam 2.5 season kau dah jumpa banyak gila demon. Accidentally.
Yeah, you can. I mean, like, that is the story lah. That is the story.
It's a demon magnet lah, basically.
Actually dia bukan demon magnet. Aku rasa Muzan killed the wrong family. Yes. Muzan killed the wrong family. That's all I can say.
Harry Potter.
Without realizing he killed the wrong family. No, in a way he killed the right family because of what he did. Dia dapat Nezuko. Tapi because dia dapat Nezuko itulah, and abang Nezuko adalah Tanjiro, that's why he killed the wrong family.
Yeah, I think we can extrapolate the story. Why is it that Daki dengan abang dia was found? It's because of the fact they have been there for hundreds of years though. So there is likely a chance that Tengen UZUI kan dia ada family besar. So they might have a network of people going around. It's like, macam selalu je orang hilang kat district tu lah tu, first thing first is like, it's a place of that type of people. So I don't expect, people hilang tu, why is it a big deal? But when he realize it's like consistent and whatnot, so mungkin dia pergi investigate. And the fact that Daki and the brother did not move from there for so long, it kind of gave them up lah in terms of location, which then raises the question, if you suspect there is a demon of that strength, why not bring another Hashira just in case? Even if it was, let's say if it wasn't a upper demon punya ni kan, oh, it's just a small fight. Okay lah, at least we cut the fighting in half and we're done lah. Let's go on to the next one.
Actually, this point yang Shaz brought up, Tengen UZUI akan make a passing remark about this very thing
cool.
in the next 2 episodes.
Cool.
When his backs are to the wall, one of his reflections is this very point. Tapi dia kata macam as a Hashira, you know that you do not know how much you can commit.
Wow.
Because you do not have intel. So if you do not have intel, you send 2 Hashiras and then 2 Hashiras die.
Then you
Kau dah cakap apa?
I think we saw with the spider one.
With the spider
they
ni.
sent multiple people and then semua mati.
Yeah, so semua mati. So macam you send one, and then that's why they send UZUI, because UZUI is a shinobi and he sent his 3 wives first. So dia kena ada intel. And UZUI only went in after his 3 wives all were missing. So you work with intel. And I think because kalau macam Daki relate dah makan 7, abang dia dah makan 15, lagi kau nak hantar 2 Hashira, gila kau.
Yeah, but it seems that the Demon Slayer core is pretty sampah. If it
Dia
wasn't
bukan
for
sampah.
he who the chosen one dengan plot armor dia, shit wouldn't move. It hasn't moved for 300 years, man.
Actually kan
Your
Ariff
comment to Nick, your comment to is actually a plot point. It's a good
Oh my God.
plot point. It's a good
it
plot
is
point.
actually Ariff,
It's a driving point. It's a driving point
because the reason, this is the thing tau. Sebelum ni they never had a compelling reason to send Hashiras and Demon Slayers out to actively or proactively pursue intel on demons. Sebab Nezuko jadi. When Nezuko happened, they felt like this is an outlier that has never happened in the previous 96 iterations of the Demon Slayer core. So when we have something like this is the very thing that will force Muzan out. And how Muzan is going to how we are forcing Muzan out is by Muzan actively sending his upper rank demons out to go and find Nezuko. So now we do not have to go to them. They will have to come to us because they know they want Nezuko. Because Nezuko tak convert. And Muzan is looking for that chosen demon. So that is why they feel that, okay, you know what? Let's push this. It's just coincidental that Tanjiro punya bapa just happened to be in the presence of somebody huge that you guys will discover later lah, like fucking huge. Just kebetulan, tapi bapa dia tak ada dapat engkau lah sukuku aku yang terclaim, none of that bullshit. The father was just, thank you so much for taking care of us, for visiting us, for remembering us. This is the least we can do. This is the least we can do as a courtesy to you, to you finding our company good enough for you. Itu je. That is how simple the story is, which is great sebab it could have been somebody else's family and the story could have worked. It just happens that it's Tanjiro's family. Itu je. So dia tak ada macam sebenarnya bapa dia ni adalah anak kepada datuk, kepada nenek, kepada none of that bullshit.
Dan nama dia adalah Skywalker. Mereka semua Skywalker.
None of that bullshit. Dia tak ada. It's not. As a matter of fact, I might even say that bapa dia adalah Ray, tapi Ray yang tak dikacau-kacau oleh Kathleen Kennedy and gang. The father was quite literally a Ray. You just happen to be there. And then as a matter of fact, Luke Skywalker tak ada ajar kat dia, nah ambillah aku punya lightsaber, this is the move. Tak ada pun. None of that bullshit. The father was just, okay, sementara mamak ni lepak dengan kita, aku just observe lah mamak ni. That's all.
Cool.
So it's quite clean lah. It's quite clean in that sense. Dia tak ada macam savior complex ke macam, the father has been, none of that bullshit. None of that bullshit.
Itu klise sangat lah. We've seen it for 40 years, man. We don't need to see that shit anymore.
Not 40 years across all pop culture across the entire world. So
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, aku nak ada soalan bonus untuk pembaca manga. Adakah is it kemungkinan that Tanjiro punya special ability that he can actually smell the demons a factor in Muzan being more proactive?
And I can tell you tak ada. Zero. Tak ada effect. Moving forward tak ada effect pun.
It's more of a
characteristic je.
Characteristic, and then macam I mentioned during the previous session lah, yang kalau tengok dia punya gang all ada like 5 senses punya ability. Super smelling, super hearing, super touch and everything. So it's just a neat neat trait lah, nak kata macam these are the 5 people for our generation, the 5 senses lah kononnya.
Nice.
Tiba-tiba aku tersoal-soal, who is the super perasa like
I can taste a demon. Macam
tapi macam betul lah, considering yang Tanjiro has super smell kan, dan dia tak boleh bau daki. Tak cukup busuk ke? Daki.
Sialnya. He saw that 5 minutes ago and he was waiting.
Yeah, man. He was just waiting.
Berapa lama dia
orang
tunggu.
cerita sensus. Sekarang aku boleh buat pan ni.
Kak Hafiz tak boleh, I still need a job.
Betul.
Alright guys. Kita ada 2 komen menarik ya. Pertama adalah daripada Dan the Gamers yang bertanya, kepada panelis yang baca manga ya, aku nak tanya, arc manakah yang paling best korang suka dalam manga ni? Shaz might want to turn off his sound. Silakan. Kita mulakan dengan Ariff. Silakan Ariff.
Final arc. Bad.
Final arc. Okay.
Final arc. Bad.
Aku tak nak lawan Ariff, so aku nak support dia. So aku nak cakap the way the second last arc, the third last arc sets up the second last arc, which immediately goes into the last arc. That is quite nice lah, quite nicely done. So this arc is the last arc yang akan ada break between what happens. Meaning lepas arc ni habis akan ada time jump, lepas tu masuk to the second last arc. So second last arc tu macam fuck benda ni jadi, and then which naturally leads into the second the next one is the third last arc. Lepas tu masuk second last arc, naturally leads into second last arc where everybody says, okay, we have to do this, kalau tak buat macam ni nanti benda ni akan jadi. Terus start last arc. It was quite smoothly done lah. So yeah, and then bila kau masuk last arc tu memang the payoff is there lah. Payoff for everyone. It's just payoff for everyone. It's very satisfying. It's very annoying watching how Muzan meets his end, whether he's alive or not, aku tak nak cakap. But it's very satisfying to see at the very end tu, macam Daki ni, dia punya degil tu.
Wow.
Kau sental macam mana pun.
Dia tak nak juga. Dia tak pergi juga. Yes, that is Muzan.
Wow.
Aku tak baca manga, tapi I would just like to chip in. I think for me kan, the Mugen Train punya arc will always be in the top 3 for me lah. Because it was,
aku dah tahu kenapa tu.
The tone setter for what the anime, the whole series is about.
Fair? I can appreciate it.
Rengoku, for all his ability, cannot fight against the strongest demons, you know, but also that the whole Demon Slayer punya core is about self-sacrifice and protecting the common folk. And of course, that was the tipping point lah, when it's like, guys, cerita ni orang mati, okay? Cerita ni orang mati. Karakter penting mati. So we like, it's not a Dragon Ball.
Shit got real lah.
Yeah, so whatever the good storytelling in the future arcs will be, this is the pivotal story that is not a cerita budak-budak. It is a story with substance. It is a story focusing on kids, yes, but the storytelling will be of substance lah. Dia bukan macam I am now Ultra Instinct Goku level of story, like we're getting more powerful, more faster, more powerful. That has its own story. Aku suka juga cerita Dragon Ball tu, but it is less meaty and weighty compared to Demon Slayer sekarang ni lah.
Betul.
I can tell you this lah. Okay, kau suka Mugen Train dan whatever your attachment or anybody's attachment lah to the viewers watching, whatever yang tak baca manga, whatever your attachment to Rengoku dan kau rasa macam alamak Rengoku tak best lah kau kalah kat Akaza, aku nak cakap tu benda je. The fact that Rengoku pushed Akaza that far is a lot. Sebab dalam upper rank 6, going into the final 3 arcs, which is this one, next one. Okay, so going into from this arc onwards, Akaza is the latest demon that is pushing upper rank 1, 2, 3. Means dalam 6 tu, Akaza paling kuat gila babi nak push, I want to be the strongest demon, even though that might not be his outward motive.
Wow.
Sebab that is how strong Akaza is. So for Rengoku to win, not to win lah, to macam kalau dia ada 3 round, Rengoku menang 1 round, and then dia kalah the final round. And then of course Akaza pun did not fight fully lah, because Akaza did not expect Rengoku was able to push him that far, and he almost died because of that. That says a lot about Rengoku, because Akaza is fucking strong. In fact, I would even say Akaza is fucking strong to the point that he should be number 3, because the number 3 demon, nanti bila korang kat sampai kat dekat, bila korang tengok number 3 demon in action, korang rasa macam kau number 3.
Wait, bukan Akaza number 3?
Akaza step lah.
Number 1, number 2. Tak, Ariff, yang main gitar tu, yang main submission tu, nombor berapa? 2 ke nombor 4 lah?
Ya tak. I think nombor 4.
She's number 4 Okay, that's my mistake. Because number 1 dengan number 2 memang kuat lah. Itu no comment lah.
Tapi itulah, I think kalau siapa yang
basically dalam ending, dalam final arc nanti akan ada demon yang sekali tapau 3 Hashira, 2 Hashira.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Why?
Which makes sense juga lah, sebab sekarang
Which makes
pun
sense lah.
I think if you put another Hashira in the situation pun, diorang still akan struggle, which is fair sebab
because the Hashira has no more time to develop.
Yep. Itu yang dia akan tunjuk yang upper rank demon ni, it's they're not weaklings, they're not just random mooks. They're really that good.
Yeah, I mean kalau yang nombor 6 pun dah makan dekat 22 Hashiras, that's a little bit fucked up, man. You know, tu baru nombor 6.
Okay, itu 22 kat dalam entertainment district kan, and the reason why they are never bigger is because they want to stay in the entertainment district, which you guys will discover towards the end of the season why diorang nak remain kat entertainment district. Itu je.
It's their home. It's their secret home.
Itu je, it's their home. Itu je. Tapi kalau kau tengok yang 5, okay lah kita tolak yang main gitar ke atas. So the remaining 4, the remaining 4 upper rank demons semua kuat nak mati. Serious shit. Yang kau masuk, kau lawan, kau bawa keluar pedang, you are not getting out of the fight. Zero. There is zero chance you're getting out of the fight.
Kita jangan lupa Akaza was fighting light-hearted macam Jamal mention. Dia mengajak-ajak Rengoku join tau. Dia you bayangkan, kita bayangkan kalau compare dengan Dragon Ball Goku ajar anak dia, jom lawan, mana dia belasah sekali terus pecah kepala kan, you know, like slowly like up the power macam like, jom lawan lah. Tapi dia ada side macam like, tak nak. So
holding back.
He's holding back. Akaza was holding back all this time. You can see because he was just like tunjuk, you see we can fight forever, jom, we can be friends forever, jom. Sebab dia bosan. There's nobody else who he acknowledged to be capable of being his rival. Okay, number 1, number 2 dia tak jumpa lagi lah. But as far as 4 and below, macam like human ni aku lebih acknowledge daripada korang tu. So you imagine he was holding back because he want to bring Rengoku into the demonnya fold. Aku risau juga tu at first, macam like kalau Rengoku jatuh ni macam mana, they'll be interesting, tapi like no, cannot. Lepas tu he's like, alamak dia mati lah siap of all the things kan. So I was very happy lah. But for anybody who mentioned Akaza is weak kan, Akaza and Rengoku were very strong. Rengoku was really pushing it out against an Akaza that was like not trying. He was just trying to get a new rival to join him together. Putus kepala mati.
Ariff,
itu je
it's interesting.
So join me lah, you know.
Ariff, interesting. Shaz used the expression Akaza was just looking for a new rival. It's quite interesting. He doesn't know. He doesn't realize how. Macam nak cakap how
quaint.
How apa nama? How relevant that expression is.
And bila Shah cakap tu, it makes me think, ada ke Hashira sebelum ni pernah cakap yes kepada Akaza? And they are in the upper 4.
Oh, it will be fun, no?
Tapi for me, okay lah. For me dalam demon, for me the demon upper rank demon number 1, cerita dia paling penting walaupun paling tak menangkap aku punya attention. I will put it as number 1 lah. So DAKI dengan GYUTARO, I will put it as a 3 or a 4. Akaza, depending on the other demons, Akaza I would happily put at number 2 or number 3. That is how that is how poignant his story is. Cerita dia sangat dalam. Dia punya cerita yang kalau kau boleh appreciate, siapa nama the highest rank Demon Slayer yang buta tu?
Tak ingat lah nama dia, but he's a stone Hashira lah.
Stone Hashira. So basically dia punya story adalah a very similar arc, a very similar story to the blind Hashira punya story. Memang like where we've been using the word tragic. Mama ni cerita dia memang tragic lah, kesian sangat. Dan dia bukan nak jadi demon pun tau. Cuma bila Muzan offer dia tu, dia rasa macam okay, so this is a way for me to forget the pain of living as a human.
Wow.
Basically emphasis yang cerita ni memang penuh dengan tragedy. Anyway,
dia nak juga bitches.
Okay.
Amin.
So
bodoh ada.
komen terakhir untuk segmen ini ada daripada Kudo yang mengatakan fact check, Shamisen Demon bernama Nakime tak ada number.
Oh, dia tak ada number.
Well, aku just
elok lah kalau sekejap. So kalau macam tu is the first one, lepas tu yang
dia I think the number was not stated. Dia di recruit as an upper rank, but it was not stated dia rank berapa.
I see. Sebab dia lah, kalau dia tak ada the demon punya lair yang rumah boleh tukar-tukar tu tak ada lah. So that's how important she is.
The drama guy. Oh.
The drama guy biasa je.
Okay.
I see, as a replacement. Okay.
Kita ada soalan daripada Kamarul yang bertanya, what other breeding yang boleh jadi top 3 other than sun breeding? Is there gonna be an upper rank demon yang boleh guna breeding tiba-tiba? I wish they show macam tu punya kuat lah. So breeding ke demon blood arts, blood demon arts?
Hashira demon.
Kamarul, I will tell you, your wish will be fulfilled. Not just by one upper rank demon.
What the fuck? Okay, cool.
So that means ada lah, confirm lah ada Hashira demon ni. Cheese. Kita nak tengok siapa betray.
Aku tak nak spoil.
Sila tutup TV.
Ada demon yang bukan Hashira tapi boleh pakai breathing juga. Macam mana?
Wow.
Sebab dia nak hidup, dia kena bernafas.
Betul sial.
I give you that. Sebab kalau kau tak buat, aku rasa aku mungkin akan buat on another day. So macam I give you that.
Let it out.
Aku tak judge.
Nice.
Wan ada lah
Wan dah masuk. Baru je dia cakap Ariff punya setting awesome. Lepas tu Ariff drop.
Itulah, baru kena tease sikit dah.
Okay, Kudo juga mengatakan I have the list of all upper rank 6. So Shamisen ni maybe 6.5 kot. Oh.
Aku rasa dia apalah, it doesn't really matter lah, sebab dia nak kata dia consequential macam tak. Aku akan letak dia as a secretary lah tu je.
Yeah.
Okay.
Muzan punya secretary, personal assistant.
Yeah. Yang akan di-defend oleh dua upper rank demon sebab Akaza dan lagi satu demon yang number 2 tu suka buat lawak bodoh.
Wow.
What? Lawak bodoh?
Aku harap
sebab the upper rank demon number 2 tu dia macam Tengen UZUI. Dia flamboyant.
Okay.
Lepas tu
Channel Jamal?
tak pasal-pasal kena sound.
Channel Jamal?
Kurang bagi sekali.
Pasal-pasal kena sound
Hopefully dengan Shamisen Demon
dia ingat kita tak perasan depan tu.
Awesome punya Shamisen tunes lah. Some bang tunes.
Tak payah berharap adik.
Oh.
Tak payah berharap. Jangan.
Kau pun jadi.
Aku tak nak kau kecewa.
Alright.
Kecewa unnecessarily.
Kudo cakap dia best. Dia receptionist.
Kudo. Aku rasa dia bukan receptionist. Aku rasa dia Airbnb punya operator.
Oh.
Dia Airbnb punya operator. Aku rasa paling sesuai.
Alright. Okay guys, so dengan itu berakhirlah segmen kedua kita ini dan kita bakal membincangkan plot menarik kita yang terakhir. Alright, jadi plot menarik kita yang terakhir adalah tentang GYUTARO and DAKI Payback, di mana asal-usul sedih GYUTARO dan DAKI didedahkan sedikit. So untuk segmen ini kita akan dapatkan Aku suka Ariff. Ariff silakan. Voice over untuk Gyutaro dan Daki.
Macam mana aku nak buat suara Mamat ni Macam mana buat suara kotor Shit.
Kau macam ada drag sikit. Why you are like this?
We're just returning all the hatred and suffering that people have inflicted on us and collecting what we were owed. We can't pay off for panjang sial. We can't pay off for our past misfortunes unless we take it from someone else's fortunes, because that's our way of living. We're killing everyone who made an accusation against us, and we'll slit your throats just the same as them.
Nice.
Okay. Sekejap, minum air sekejap. Boleh jadi VA ya.
Dia kena ada. Aku suka sih Gyutaro.
Ya.
Sampai garu-garu kan.
Garu-garu kan.
Alright, untuk segmen ni kita ada 3 soalan. Soalan pertama untuk anime watcher Syaz. Apakah pendapat anda tentang the assist oleh isteri UZUI, Hinatsuru, yang menyerang Gyutaro dengan Wisteria Lace Kunais yang berjaya paralyze Gyutaro, giving UZUI and Tanjiro a window to slay the demon next week. Silakan.
I think that was a good demonstration of what a ninja is supposed to do lah. Serang hendam. Bukannya, hey, I'm here, you know. Itu My Hero Academia. Bukannya cerita ninja. You're not supposed to be that loud, you know, going around everywhere. But I think the assist is very good. Cuma aku heran kat mana dia sorok benda tu. Ini macam RPG tau. Tiba-tiba kan, you walking atau pedang besar. Like, tadang. So
Dia
where is
simpan
it from? I don't know.
Dia simpan dalam scroll, lepas tu tangan dia berdarah kan, lepas tu dia macam
Oh.
Tak. Aku ada jawapan yang lagi best. Jawapan dia adalah tikus.
Yes.
Aku sebenarnya nak tanya Ariff tadi, is the scroll yang bawa tu is called the ninja scroll, tapi macam like
Obvious lah. Itu kau dah telegraph.
orang-orang bawah 18 tolong jangan tengok cerita ninja scroll, is very boring, tak menarik. I tell you is hamba. Jangan tengok. But yes, dari segi kalau kita tengok, the timing was perfect. Kita ingatkan dia akan attack dari belakang apa? No. Surprise! Pop! Dia tembak semua, all of the things. Kena and everything. So I think this is where this will be the part where dia akan guna Daki punya tu to save himself lah. At the cost of mungkin Daki kena hentam lakut sekali dua. That kind of thing. But I don't think he's going to die that fast lah. It's going to be one of those times when mujolah aku ada mata ketiga kat kepala adik aku ni kan. Kalau tidak, aku dah mati kena pancung kepala lah.
Itulah kan. And even then, it was so slow. Dia ada masa lagi nak bermonolog. Macam, cibai banyaknya kunais. Alamak, aku terkena. Alamak, aku paralyzed. Aku macam, what is this on bullet time sheet or what, man?
Actually Nick, it's not that it's slow. That's how fast Gyutaro is.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Sebab dia boleh fikir dan react during the fight.
Yeah.
So
adik dia tak lawan macam tu, sebab tu adik dia tak ada.
Bagi mereka yang tak biasa dengan konsep apabila you are moving faster, you can think and react faster, therefore you can go through a lot more thoughts in the same time. Kalau siapa yang tak percaya teori ni boleh baca komik Doraemon. Ada satu scene tu dia ambil, how do I become faster? Dia ambil satu pil ke apa ke, lepas tu semua orang cakap, hey.
wow.
Macam Flash lah. Macam Flash watching the world in slow motion.
Apa?
Bila kau cakap Flash, aku fikir only one person, Nick.
Wally West.
Tak.
Habis.
Aku fikir The Sloth dalam cerita Animatopia tu, Zootopia.
Wow. Yes,
Betul. Memang macam The Sloth.
because we are faster than the sloth, so kita tengok dia punya reaction macam like,
Sebenarnya kita lagi slow daripada Sloth tu.
Wow, next level shit, man. Next level shit.
what? Kita lagi slow dari sloth tu?
So kita nampak dia yang slow tapi sebenarnya dia lagi laju.
Tu lah kan.
Gyutaro boleh main VR lagi bagi lagi aku.
Okay, soalan kedua adalah untuk manga reader Ariff ya. Apakah pendapat anda tentang cara Tanjiro dan UZUI versus Gyutaro serta Inosuke dan Zenitsu versus Daki was animated in this episode compared to the manga version? Fuck weh, the when like things were like shining and everything, aku macam weh apa ni?
Itu actually that was what I was been waiting for lah. Macam cepat-cepat lah lawan. I think macam cakap tadi, my problem with the episode dia macam dia draggy. Dia macam okay Tanjiro, I get it. You like your inner monologues, but come on man, just fight. Come on. I want to see the fight. I want to see more sound breathing. I want to see lightning breathing tengah lawan. So when the fighting happened, seronok lah tengok how fluid the animation is, especially when you see the boar guy dengan
Inosuke
and Zenitsu lawan dia, walaupun diorang different style but they have like good synergy lah. By Ella and then fighting back. Cuma you can see how dia punya comment, I cannot get through her. Like even though I pergi straight, they're still pushing us back. So we see it lah. It's not just macam kadang kalau you tengok kat anime kan macam okay, you say they're pushing you back, I believe you lah kot, sebab you cannot really see it in the panels. Here you see it, how it goes lah. And then how I love bila tengok UZUI lawan dengan Gyutaro, how much of a ninja and not a samurai he is. He is not a samurai. He fights very, very koto and very, very pragmatic. Cara dia lawan pakai dia punya sword / nunchakus tu. Macam
blade chucks. The blade chucks were fucking awesome bro.
Lepas tu dia boleh pegang. I have so much control of that thing. Dia jadi straight. Macam how?
Yang the cool thing about the animation is that that scene yang kau nampak benda tu straight, lepas tu kau nampak dia pegang tu, that's exactly like how you see it on the manga punya panels, except that animation, because the animation it becomes much more sharper. So for manga fans, bila kau nampak benda tu animated that and animated that well, it's very satisfying lah.
And we finally see the sound breathing lah. I mean rasanya dah showcase dua. I think the first one was when dia nak gali that lubang tu. I think was form berapa tadi. Ni dia guna form number 5 or something. And then number 5 kan. So dia pun tunjuk how that thing shows how sound breathing, I guess, punya visual effect. So it is quite poignant lah, sebab kalau fire it's easy to animate fire. Water is water, senang lah. But how do you animate sound? So it dia punya dia
jadi fireworks.
And that is to show loud. Lepas tu bila yang 5 ni dia tunjuk very very sharp, like macam supersonic-ish, sebab dia punya form pun agak laju time tu. So very very one silver line. So macam okay, hopefully we'll see more of the sound breathing lah.
Yes. And what's up with Tanjiro tiba-tiba guna water breathing pula?
Again, it's not it's a matter of style lah. He's he is using his head more in the moment. So okay, aku sekarang ni tengah nak being defensive, aku tahu this skill, I will use this skill instead of macam aku terus nak jadi fire je, tak nak pakai lagi dah.
It's more about application. So dia and he's always been like that. He's doing a deku.
Nice. Cool. Bila nak guna Black Whip, bila nak guna dia punya tidak syat tendang tumbuk. What the fuck? Okay.
Aku nak tengok hero bukan MMA.
Ada satu point menarik tadi. You highlighted siapa? Arjoy ke siapa ke? Aku nak tanya the manga readers. Adakah dia akan explain whether Zenitsu ni boleh control how long they fight, or is this something masa dia tidur lah? Or is it something totally that is like random and depending on plot?
Dia random je, dia tak explain kenapa dia fight, tapi dia akan explain kenapa Zenitsu tahu mahir hanya satu lightning form. Actually dia mahir 2 lightning form.
Nice.
Menarik.
Adakah pasal dia tak habis belajar ke dia punya
Actually
datuk
no.
tak nak ajar
Okay,
dia anything else?
That is very, this is a surprising element about Zenitsu punya character arc yang because Zenitsu akan lawan one upper rank demon on his own.
Whoa, damn.
Yes.
And there is a reason for that. The plot is of course the reason lah. Tapi basically he and this particular upper rank demon go way back. So dan memang dia kena lawan upper rank demon ni sebab upper rank demon it's his story. He needs to close the story. So dia kata in the second last arc kau akan nampak satu moment yang dia kata macam alamak, damn it, Tanjiro dah advance so far in the training, even Inosuke is progressing but I'm not, and I'm still at the same place that I was when I started this whole journey, when I began. So macam I need to do something for myself because if I don't do this I will never be able to face him, and I will never be able to face my grandfather, my late grandfather. So dia memang okay, fuck it, I will do this. So bila dia jumpa apa yang demon tu memang macam korang semua belah ni cerita aku je. You guys cannot.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dia lawan bapak dia ke?
Tak, bukan bapak lah, bukan family member. Bukan family member.
Okay, cool.
Risau je.
Dah lah, datuk tu pun bukan datuk dia pun. Dia macam datuk angkat je kan. So
lebih kurang aja.
Alright.
Tapi datuk angkat yang dah acknowledge kau adalah cucu aku.
Betul.
Dan engkau lah pewaris segalanya. Engkau lah pewaris yang aku pilih untuk lightning style ni.
Cool. Alright, soalan terakhir untuk segmen ini adalah bagi manga reader Jamal. Pada pengetahuan anda, apakah yang dimaksudkan oleh Gyutaro dan Daki tentang membayar balik hatred and suffering yang telah dialami mereka selama ini? Is this tied to their sad as fuck secret origins yang kita akan nampak in the next 2 episodes?
Then the last, I think this whole arc paling kuat pun 4 episode. I'm expecting 3 more episodes to go.
Yeah, 3 more.
But it's it has everything to do with that. Basically, macam you take shit from me. So this is when I'm a demon now. This is why I take shit from you.
And
Will
it's
this also
it's a typical tragic abused person punya reaction lah. Dia akan continue the cycle of abuse. Yes. Yeah. Tak kisah, even bukan kat engkau pun aku akan continue buat benda lah ni. Itu semua orang sebab everyone deserves this.
Is it tied to the ugly and beautiful duality?
Not really.
He keeps talking about.
Not really. I think that was that was yes and no because that was how they were perceived, but no because that was just their character. But how people treated them and people like them in general. And then how people in the entertainment district treated them and their family and people like them in general.
Makes sense.
And then kau kena tengok lah the inciting incident for Gyutaro becoming Gyutaro. That was very sad lah. Aku tengok apa aku macam, cerita ni this is supposed to be a simple shonen punya ni, macam asal kau bagi benda tragic le babi macam ni. Because macam whatever happened to Daki is not fair. It's just not fair.
I hope it has ties to that fire memory, yang that samurai and the kid and fire and flame.
It is. I can tell you, it's fire related.
Ooh.
In the worst possible way.
Nice. Ada orang kena terbakar ni. Okay, so dengan itu berakhirlah segmen ini dan kita bakal membincangkan harapan kami bagi episod Demon Slayer minggu ini. Alright, jadi judul episod minggu ini adalah Once We Defeated the Upper Rank Demons. Wow, spoilers much? So, apakah harapan anda untuk episod ini nanti? Like, wow, siapa yang namakan title ni sial? Silakan. Maybe dia kalah kot. Silakan.
For me, aku nak tengok macam mana dia tunjuk UZUI. Whatever happened to UZUI happen. Sebab aku tengok dalam panel je. So, you know, the moment when it happens macam tak ada sangat lah. So, aku macam nak tengok how that happens. And then aku just nak tengok how everybody work together at the end.
Yeah, teamwork makes the dream work.
How they animate the whole thing. So far, UFO table has been quite stellar lah for me.
Yeah, man, gila babi though. I think this is one of the most beautiful animes in Japan right now. Shaz?
I'm hoping that my teori Brazil comes through and they all gatai, they all jadi satu. Because then it will be a very epic fight because now all four in a very big open space, apakah they have to fight. Dia punya spoiler title tu is kind of expected lah because generally kalau an upper rank demon tak mati, Tanjiro akan mati. Akaza tu was just was an exception because he wasn't there to fight, he was there to recruit. He wasn't there to kill, you know, because it was either I kill the Hashira or I recruit the Hashira, which is much better to the cause lah. Because then there will be more changes to the upper ranks, upper 6 punya rank tu. So that's why he didn't even care about the 3 other budak-budak that was on the spot. So yeah, I'm hoping there will be a grand finale. Of course, Daki and the brother akan mati. Then it's just a matter of whether kita akan tengok dia punya flashback in next episode or the following one.
Yang mesti siapa lagi yang mati?
Yeah, you can say that.
What? Oh, sorry, what?
Siapa lagi yang akan apa ni terjebak dalam tragedi? Okay.
Harapan silakan.
Harapan I hope to finally see Daki punya Gyutaro punya backstory lah. I think in a way kita dah settle UZUI punya backstory. And like macam biasa, all the demons I like seeing how the mangaka flourishes dia punya backstory lah, and give more depth and emotion to each of their backstory lah, cerita dia. Sebab mangaka ni memang kita tahu dia even insignificant character pun at least dia ada certain level of depth. She doesn't pull a 10-10. And basically even someone who has the screen time will have a certain level of depth lah. So lagi-lagi villain from an upper rank kan, nak tengok lah dia punya cerita tu. We know, like manga readers know what happens, but to see it animated and to feel it, is one thing.
Because one thing, if I were to remark on the manga, dia punya mangaka, the way the mangaka uses panels to tell the story, especially during the fight scenes, tak cukup elaborate lah. So I grew up on Dragon Ball Z, and then after that going into Bleach, Naruto, where they almost micro-kan the fight scenes to the small gestures and moments. Tapi dalam Demon Slayer tak banyak sangat benda tu. So when it gets animated, it empowers people like UFO table to like, okay, so how do you bring this panel into this panel and how do you animate? So the transition from this panel to that panel to yang a lot of manga readers would be looking forward to lah, because you know what's going to happen and you know it's cool, but you did not see how it flowed. So yeah.
Betul.
So dia macam bagi summary lah. So aku nak tumbuk ni, the next panel dia dah tumbuk straight to the body already kind of thing.
Sometimes ada, sometimes tak ada. So that's the inconsistent part about this manga lah. Itu je lah. Especially it gets a bit like that towards the end. At the very ending, masa diorang tengah ramai-ramai lawan Muzan tu.
Nice. Good to know that they have to team up to beat that.
Ni cok.
I mean 6 upper rank 6 nak 4 orang lawan je.
Betul. Muzan lagi ya, kau bawa lah 20 orang ke 40 orang ke. Ya, macam tu lah.
But I can tell you this lah, kalau if you guys are staying for the ride until you masuk the final arc, the setup for the final arc is pretty awesome. I think it's very refreshing. It's probably the biggest reason why Kimetsu no Yaiba became a huge hit. because the setup by the Demon Slayer Corp to get to Muzan, it's quite brilliant.
Nice.
It's quite brilliant.
Alright guys, so I guess dengan itu berakhirlah perbincangan kita malam ini. Terima kasih kepada para panelis kita, Jamal Raslan, kaki buku, Ariff, kaki manga, Syaz, kaki anime. Terima kasih juga kepada korang kerana setia menonton. Join us tomorrow di mana kita bakal bincangkan tentang The Book of Boba Fett, episode 5. I hear it's pretty good. Dan hari Jumaat nanti kita akan bincangkan tentang Moon Knight teaser breakdown. So that's all for tonight. Majulah fandom untuk negara. Bye guys.